for this evening is Ken LaVigne. Ken has been both a teacher and a football coach for 27 years, the last 21 of which have been spent teaching English at Serna High School in the Whittier Union School District. 5 years ago, Ken was presented with the task of developing a program to serve at-risk students who have long histories of academic failure, poor attendance, and unsatisfactory behavior. OASIS, which stands for Organized Academic Support in School, was born, and with it came astonishing results. Our state superintendent of public instruction, Tom Torlitson, stated, "Mr. LaVigne is able to break through the anger, the hopelessness that many of the students feel. As a teacher, an advocate, a watchdog, and a cheerleader, he helps them find a reason to excel and sticks with them until they do." Ken believes that teaching teenagers is not a freeway, it's a roller coaster. A teacher's job is to teach the mind, but it is infinitely more important to coach the soul. Ladies and gentlemen, Ken LaVigne.
I would be making a big mistake if I didn't do something before I started talking about myself. Today on the floor of our California State Senate, my superintendent was honored because her peers selected her as California State Superintendent of the Year. So I'd like to publicly congratulate Sandy Thorstensen, our California State Superintendent of the Year. How do you earn the trust of a 16-year-old girl whose mother is a drug addict and alcoholic, whose father has never been a part of her life because he's been in prison for as long as she can remember, and whose older brother repeatedly sexually molested her when she was 12 and 13 years old? How do you inspire a 15-year-old boy who's a gang member, who hasn't passed a math class since the 4th grade? How do you motivate an angry teenage boy who doesn't believe he can succeed in school and doesn't see a reason to try? These are the questions I have to answer every single day I go to work. Stacy came to me as a student with a 0.67 grade point average and a heart and life that were broken. Her success came slowly from long emotional talks, completed assignments, passing test scores, and laughter. Soon she began showing up during lunch, sitting in my classroom with dozens of other students in her safe place. It wasn't long before she started cooking things at night that we shared during the next lunchtime. I'd make sandwiches and she'd make lasagna. We'd share our creations and work on homework or just talk. Time passed and Stacy's grades and self-image improved. By the time she was a senior, her grade point average was 3.5 and she graduated. After the ceremony on the night of her graduation, I stood next to her and noticed that she was crying. I asked her what was wrong. She said, "I wish you were my father." I told her that I was and always would be her dad. She hugged me and said, "Can I call you Daddy?" With all due respect for this great honor of being selected California State Teacher of the Year, it doesn't come close to that honor. Juan and Randy were tough, angry kids when they entered my classroom. I was told by many of their teachers that they would never make it. They just didn't care. At first, they would stare at me with rage and distrust in their eyes. Those eyes changed as I returned those stares with a smile and simple, honest reply. "I love you and I'm here to help you." They didn't believe me in the beginning. They tested me with cold glares and angry and hateful words. But as time passed, they realized that there was nothing that they could say or do that would make me quit on them. It wasn't long before I saw trust and hope looking back at me. Juan and Randy graduated 2 years ago, and they came back to see me this fall. We went out to grab a bite to eat, and I saw pride in those eyes sitting across the table. Both of them are in college and they both have jobs. How do you change the lives of kids who have been beaten down by adversity? The answer is quite simple. You love them, believe in them, and respect them relentlessly. You reach down deep into your heart and give them everything you've got to give. You recruit the finest students on your campus to serve as academic mentors, to tutor and guide them. You take them to Lakers and Clippers games, to the zoo and to the aquarium because they've never been there before. You feed their hungry stomachs with burritos, cup of noodles, and a lot of cookies. You laugh at their stories and tell them that they're better than the cuss words that they sometimes utter. You arm them with principles like accountability, resilience, and integrity. You help them see a purpose in their own lives, and then you just stand back and watch them as they amaze you with a depth of character that no one had ever taken the time to recognize. You teach their minds and you coach their souls. The theme for tonight's gala is Innovation, Collaboration, and Service, a world-class education for California students. At my school and in my district, these principles are the expected norms. Where I work, I'm never stifled. I'm constantly challenged, supported, and empowered. Teachers, parents, counselors, staff members, and community leaders to give our students the best. That's what we're told to do, and that's what we do. Whatever it takes is our mantra, and we live it every day. I work with at-risk students in a program we call Oasis. I have the great honor of being a teacher and working at a school and in a district that brings out the best in me as well as the best in my students. I want to thank the sponsors for the California Teacher of the Year program for their generous support, as well as everyone from the Teacher of the Year Foundation and the California Department of Education for all their patience and help in making this entire experience truly special. I'd also like to offer my deepest gratitude to my administrators, colleagues, friends, and incredible wife who have made it possible for me to be standing here. Congratulations to the semifinalists, finalists, and my fellow California State Teachers of the Year. We are the fortunate ones who have the rare opportunity to ignite a passion in the hearts of our students, give them hope, and change their lives forever. Thank you.